Thanks very much for everyone. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to talk about this scheme, Portobello Square in North Kensington. My name is Spiros Katsaros and I'm a Director of Urban Design Master Planning for PRP. PRP is a multidisciplinary company with an embedded team of urban designers and passionate master planners. Portobello scheme is located just a few minutes walk north of Ladbroke Grove station, and it has been a very long process over almost 10 years for PRP being involved with this scheme. The presentation today, short presentation, 4 minutes, is just focusing on one of the key elements of this regeneration, which has been absolutely fundamental to the design approach of this master plan, the overall regeneration, and that is the movement framework, as we call it, the streets. The actual estate, called Wornington Green, was constructed over a period of 2 decades, 1964 to 1985, and PRP, as I mentioned, got involved for almost a decade, working literally from options appraisal to the master plan, phase 1, which now has been completed, the first 350 approximately homes, down to phase 2, and hopefully to the last phase of the regeneration, phase 3. But in order to tell this story, we need to go a little bit further back, quite a lot back, to the late 1800s. One of the first things that we realized was obviously the actual movement network around the area was key in order to unlock the opportunities of the site, as you will see. This is when Portobello Road was literally called Portobello Lane. It was just a country lane linking what is Notting Hill Gate today and Kensal Green on the north. Over a period of 3-4 decades, we start seeing a lot of housing appearing in the area. You can still see Portobello Road linking the new streets, traditional streets, Victorian streets, and the appearance of Ladbroke Grove Road on the western side. The estate appeared in 1964, completed, as we said, 1980s, and you can see that a majority of these traditional streets and urban fabric was lost and give place to this estate, the Wornington Green estate. It actually starts segregating the community, which a lot of the existing blocks were by the residents themselves called the barrier blocks, forming this absolute segregation between these new homes to the rest of the estate, and actually cutting off Portobello Road, connecting with Ladbroke Grove Road on the north. So a series of cul-de-sacs, series of garage sites, pedestrian movement segregated from vehicular movement. A lot of examples that we do see in this type of estate environments. A lot of mature landscape, which is one of the amazing assets actually of the estate. The architecture did not help. The buildings, they actually look alike. It does feel, as residents have described, and a lot of the people who visited, as a maze. It's very difficult to navigate through the estate itself. Although some of the original concepts, this series of courtyards that you see with mature trees, was fantastic as an idea. Landscape is very important. But then again, they felt very excluded from the surrounding neighbourhood. A lot of consultation has taken place literally throughout the 10 years. Interestingly enough, when we do regeneration, residents' first concern is homes, is their homes. But in this case, over 60% of the residents were continuously discussing about the streets and how do you connect their estate, their new neighborhood to the surrounding. It was very obvious for them in terms of safety and in terms of the uses that they had around them, how to link back to this. We went back and we looked, because in order, in our point of view, to create successful streets is not just about the A to B, it's not just about the landscape, it is also about build form. And it's very, very important to ensure that the streets can allow for flexibility, for other uses, some of them just for residential, but create a variety of these streets, allowing people to feel a sense of ownership in terms of their postcode, their address. This is where I live. So a vision was created over the years as the master plan was shaping in relation to connecting Portobello Road again to Ladbroke Grove to the north, and really reinstating these traditional streets, bringing that heritage element and repairing, if you would like to say, the urban fabric that was there before. Good urban design principles that are not complicated, but they make a difference. Another key challenge that we had was this massive space with beautiful mature trees, but literally almost gated affluent gardens within the heart of the estate. Again, residents, we identify with them the opportunity, what if this space could actually belong to the wider neighborhood? So it becomes an amenity for everyone, really becoming one of the elements to link the new neighborhood with its surroundings. So not just the movement network and the streets, but the potential relocation to actually creating a park for all, a space that belongs to the existing residents and new residents and the surrounding communities. And as you can see, the actual master plan really reinstating Portobello Road to its former glory and extending it all the way to the north, with these smaller streets, a variety of streetscapes leading from south to north, from Ladbroke Grove through the actual new neighborhood all the way to the new buildings. And as you will see from some photographs later on, ensuring variety across the different elements. So what it was before an actual barrier, with the work with the community and the design team and all the stakeholders, really becomes an amazing opportunity for a new square for over decades hasn't been done in the area, and creating a series of traditional streets that can link the existing to the new. So what was cul-de-sacs becomes traditional routes, linear, with active frontages, with front gardens, maximizing the doors on the street, allowing people to use the street and be part of their home and an extension of their home. Creating vistas, creating a variety of widths and styles of streetscapes, and ensuring that people can see where they're going and where actually this route links. Keeping existing landscape, massive opportunity, is a tremendous value. It helps establish new streets. It helps people to feel that they've been at least some elements kept from the original place that they were living. And of course, gateways is very important to signify where the key streets start and how you can create a hierarchy in terms of more these intimate environments or in relation to some smaller typologies that we see here. Future-proofing is another. Here is one of the new streets that we have reinstated, and currently there is quite a lot of new muse houses appearing on the other side of the street. So we needed to future-proof for that new development. Every regeneration project should act as a catalyst for further regeneration. So, last slide. I guess the lesson that we kept from working in this site and with the community is that in every regeneration, buildings and open spaces and heritage and history, they're absolutely crucial. But streets, they're absolutely important, and they are the elements that they can bring these things together into creating a successful neighborhood. Thank you.